T stands for teaching, E stands for educate, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we're doing. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm about to go there. Good morning, y'all. This is your girl, Lady Jazz, with the Majorette T. I've been trying to hold this, y'all. God knows I've been trying to hold this. I really don't even, I'm trying to figure out how to start. I have 6 people in my waiting room, 6 guests that
Some of them have been seeing what's been going on in the Majorette community, but now it has turned. Let me get my mic. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. Let me get my mic. Gotta get my mic because I want to make sure that y'all hear me. Okay, I want to make sure y'all hear me. Now it is turned for the worst. If y'all read my title simply states, and I quote, "Don't shake the table unless you want to get shook." By words of Miss K. Michelle. Don't shake the table unless you want to get shook. And when you come in as a heterosexual woman, good morning, and you start attacking because you have nothing else going on, you have nothing else to talk about, and you go in and start to attack the LGBT community, all gloves are off at that point. You live in a city that makes up 90% of the population is LGBTQA. And you have the audacity to post somebody's HIV status to your Facebook page publicly, all to say what? Oh, it's a problem. It's not even about Majorette at this point. See, some of my guests know me as a Majorette blogger. None of them actually have ever been on my platform except by the exception of one, which is the one that we're talking about. I invited him because now that it is out there, I feel as though that if he wants to talk about this, he has free reign to talk about this. But since when do heterosexual women think it's okay to attack anybody of their HIV status in our community? Do you not know that you stay in a city full of LGBT that will literally go so far to do bodily harm because you have affected them as a whole? So I brought on some guests. And I'm so glad they're joining me because I felt as though if we have to get some type, I'm not even trying to get some understanding. Well, I'm trying to get understanding, but I'm trying to have it an open forum to see what do we do about that? What do we do? I'm going to post the person that said it. Actually, I can go ahead and do it. This woman right here named is Cheryl Carter. Y'all take a good look at her. This is the woman that it went from me going live and mentioning her Majorette dance group, which has no activity in it whatsoever. It went from me mentioning to her going, making a whole lot. Look at her edges. Look at everything real closely. Look at it real closely. I want y'all to take a good hard look. I want you to take it. Congratulations, you have made it to yeah, we're gonna call it Shady Tea today. On this Memorial Day, we're gonna call it Shady Tea. We are now at Shady Tea. I'm telling y'all, I was so angry. I was literally in tears of the audacity and how you felt it's so okay to talk about someone's status because you don't have nothing else going on in your life. Instead of sticking to the situation at hand, you decided to hit below the belt and talk about people's HIV status, which this man has never even told you, never even heard of you. He's never even talked to you verbally, or he's never met you in person. But you, my dear, decided to talk about his status. I've been quiet for too long. This is her Facebook page. She's a wannabe leasing consultant, real estate. I don't know what she is. Now, this is where we start getting into the parts. I'm actually wait and save that because I want him to come on. I'm gonna wait to say that. I'm not gonna post everything else she posted because I do have those screenshots as well. So at this time, I have actually invited a few of my handsome colleagues who I'm also a part of. If you guys know, I am also a part of the courts of the King's Court. There is kings on here, including the one that is over the court. Mr. Giles himself, he is a blogger in his own right and community. We have Miss Ashley Abbott, and then we also have Mr. Darius on, and then we also have Mr. Zay. I brought Mr. Zay and I brought Reese Cup on because maybe they can enlighten because they have their own things that they're dealing with. But I felt it was important for me to be able to bring them on. So at this time, I want to bring on Mr. Jives, Miss Ashley, Mr. Darius, Mr. Zay, and Mr. Casmo on the live. Yeah, you guys.
Hello. Hey.
Good morning.
Hi.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
So very sorry. I kind of am. I am so very sorry that I had to kind of bring you guys on.
Just say it, Jazz, because at this point right now, the way
I am really, y'all. I'm trying to hold back the tears because it's not that I'm emotional. It's that I am livid. I am.
Can somebody do me a favor? Because I haven't seen the post. Like you hit me up while I was in
so I can make the post. Reese, are you okay with that? She made.
I don't know what the post. Okay.
Now this is in reference to Reese, which is Casmo. Then she went behind and did this. Then she followed suit and did this. Shake my damn head. I promise you, it's no time to have negative energy towards anyone. Too many important things folks need to be tended to instead of bashing folks and being a keyboard bully. First of all, Reese never bashed her, never been a keyboard bully. Use your time wisely, please. And then posted the Walmart pharmacy hours. This is a medicine. I think one of the medicines that helps keep HIV, the breakout controllable. Is that what I'm getting, y'all?
I think it keeps your viral load down.
It's an antiretroviral therapy.
It's an antiviral. Okay. So this is what this woman posted. Now, again, let me enlighten y'all a little bit. This woman has a dance team whom no one really knows. Okay, let me take it a step further. She is over the biggest majorette group that no one is really active in. She is trying to create a federation for people to join her federation. Really? To join her federation. It just also came to me that she also threatened another dance coach, a pregnant dance coach that came from the director herself, which they have the live where she's threatening them, telling them that she would shoot her in her face over a competition and to make her baby who she was pregnant with come out deformed. But you want them to come and respect what? Excuse me? So I brought you guys on here to kind of give some type, because Ashley, Jives, and Darius, you guys are not a part of the major community. We have a lot of BS that goes on. Women in our community tend to hit below the belt when they have nothing else to come for. And exactly my prime is this man did not talk to this woman. He has not had conversations with this woman about anything in his personal life. She got this information by way of someone that is mutually invested, is what I'll say.
Somebody that I known for over 20 years.
Told a status to pretty much use ammunition against him, which is not a friend.
And let me say this. Let me go ahead and make this clear, because at the end of the day, I'm still at the end of the day a child of God. And when you come up against God's kids, you have to deal with that on your own. That's between you and God. But me being the person that I am today, that status alone would not bring me down, or it eliminates her look bad, because you hit below the belt. I'm not ashamed to say my status. I'm not ashamed. I'm tired of or doing what I do best. I love to dance, and that's my thing. But at the same time, you could have taken another route and literally inbox me, talk to me, or whatever. But you get mad over a friend request because I made a mistake and hit the button. You got mad at me and I cancel it. So at the same time, that says a lot about a person, and they have nothing else to do with their life. But when you hit me and you come for me and think I don't have the support, and I have a lot of support when it comes to this, it takes for a person.
Hey, Reese.
Yeah.
Reese. Hey, first of all, hey, how you doing, friend? So that's the back history. Like that's all that happened for that trigger her to
Yes,
do this.
only thing it was Reese sent her a friend request on Facebook because he was trying to view her, which it can happen. He was trying to view her live. So she got mad and she inboxed him and they had exchanged words. And the next thing you know, she's posting those statuses about him.
Oh,
And then she
wow.
went so far to also say, y'all, that because I made a post yesterday, I said anybody in our LGBT community should be livid at this point because it's not about Majorette Dance now. It's about all of us in the LGBT community and why we are having to still deal with women, heterosexual women. It's not my fault that you're 50 something years old and you still have to play with a rose.
Well, let me say this. Before I started doing my MC thing with the major red competitions and my bartending company, I used to be a operations coordinator for a nonprofit here in Birmingham. It's called AIDS Alabama. So I started working in the education department at AIDS Alabama, educating people on HIV and doing testing and also giving results, especially to individuals and couples, and telling them their statuses. So I've seen the whole entire start to finish process because I will follow my clients through their first steps of care, making sure they got to their doctor's appointments and stuff like that. People won't know that by looking at me, but yeah, I did all that for a living. Um, we also had to sign confidentiality paperwork that we won't discuss other people's business outside of the form in which we were given to do. So I take really personal offense about that because that's something that's near and dear to my heart because I used to do that for a long time. And I know how this affects people's lives, and I know how some people will use that as a negative thing up to try to hurt somebody. I would never go below the belt. There's so many other ways you can go about messing with people these days, but to me, that's real childish. It's real immature. Reese, I'm sorry she did that.
Mind you,
I
guys,
would.
mind you, let me just say this. Mind you, she has no following. I wasn't even going to talk about it. But because I am a transsexual woman, a badass one, because I am
Transgender.
an advocate, true through and through, it's not only about Majorette, baby. It's about you going so far to be disrespectful with your nasty, ignorant, disgusting ass. You, my dear, have your own issues that you are dealing with. That it could take your ass out in a moment's notice. But you decide to go on your post and make a post about this man and his stat.
Can I say something, Jazz?
Go ahead.
Okay, so um, because we deal with this a lot as LGBTQ people, especially as gay men, we deal with this a lot. Um, Let me first say this because I saw her picture, and we could do a lot. We can trash her and everything. She's not an ugly woman. Let me just say that. Her actions are ugly. She's not an ugly woman. But when you do things like this, there's got to be something within you that really shows like really what's on the inside of
She
you.
doesn't like gay
As
people. That's what some
okay, so she doesn't like gay people because of what? Church.
Oh,
You,
really?
you
She's probably been
so
hurt in the past. Someone took her man
wait.
or something.
So if that is the case, you're in a community. You're in a organization of dancers and people that consist of a lot of people, gay, straight, bi, trans, everything. You can't go into a competition or whatever hating somebody because again, if you want to be able to grow and build, you got to be able to work with everybody. Um, I just feel like at the end of the day, like this man's personal business, this man's personal business. Like you sitting out here trying to hurt somebody because of what? Did she even say that? Caslo said that, I'm sorry, Reese. Reese said that he sent her a friend request, and she's mad about a friend request.
It's got to be more than that.
It's got to be more
Yeah,
to it
Yeah.
than
that's
that.
what I
the
said.
thing about it is she's mad because Reese is one of my faithful followers among so many other ones. I have a lot of following. that her original post was my teacups was lurking on her page. They can do whatever they want to if your page is public. If you don't want nobody lurking on your page, make it private. It's simple. But you so chasing and thirsty after having someone of relevancy make you relevant. I wasn't gonna, like I said, I wasn't gonna live because I wasn't trying to make her relevant. But when you come and like Miss Mac said, HIV is not exclusive just to the LGBTQ plus community. It is it's actually, if we want to state status or states or
Statuses.
Numbers, it's actually more prominent in the heterosexual community.
Hello.
Jazz, can I say something? Because I work, this is what I do for a living. I'm the HIV.
Miss Matt, click the link that was sent out. Click the link, click the actual bird, and it's going to have you ask you for a statistic. Thank you. It's going to ask you to put your name in, and it's going to put you in the holding room, the guest room. Go ahead.
Because this is what I do professionally. I'm the HIV/AIDS program coordinator or program manager for the Department of Health in Pinellas
County. Come on, Rep.
Pasco County in Florida. I also oversee what we call a lead agency for an 8-county area here in the part of the state of Florida where I reside. When we talk about HIV, we know that Black folks in this country, we probably represent somewhere 13, maybe 14% of the total U.S. population. But when it comes to HIV numbers, we represent almost half of new cases of HIV acquisition. Now, if you think about that for a sec, that doesn't mathematically make sense. How can we represent 13 to 14% of the population, but we account for almost half of the new cases of infection? That does not mean
numbers don't make sense.
Yeah, the numbers don't make sense. Now, if you looking at rate versus numbers, then it might make a little more sense. And this is why oftentimes there's so much focus on the LGBTQIA community, because of that disparity when you're talking about numbers versus rate. So I do this day in, day out, and Reese, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, sir. This is why people don't come into care. This is why a lot of people, even if you are HIV undetectable, some people still struggle with having that status. They can be going to doctor's appointments. They can be taking their antiretroviral therapies. They can be doing everything that they are supposed to do for their health and well-being. And some people still may not, and I'm not saying this of you, Reese, but there are some people that still have not quite come to grips mentally with the fact that they have HIV. And so when people do stuff like this, you're thinking that you're just hurting this young man. You're actually hurting a lot of people. It's actually a form of bullying. It's a form of you're actually working against the health and the well-being of the community when you do stuff like this. And I don't know this lady for all, pretty much I will say this with a fair degree of certainty. Every one of us knows somebody who is dealing with this issue, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, somebody we work with, but we all know somebody. So I am pretty confident that this lady probably has somebody in her life who is dealing with this same issue. So it's really ignorant, and it's really insensitive of her to make these kind of comments. If you don't like this young man for coming on your status, okay, be a real woman. Come at him like a real woman. Don't resort to bullying. Don't resort to this kind of stuff, because it really makes her look ugly. And like DeMario said, she's not an ugly woman, but this kind of stuff
makes you ugly.
It makes you ugly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, Darius, there was no reason for her to attack him. The reason why she did was because after I politely and quietly left out of her Majorette group after it was going, she had made a live about me. And so I said, okay, well, I'm just going to.
So it's really about his association with you.
With me.
Ain't that usually how it go, y'all?
So she's mad because she can't really get to me because she's blocked off of all of my pages. And then went so far, I get a message this morning, go so far. Now, when y'all block someone, anything that's attached to them, you can't see. Whatever group that you are a part of or that you're over, you're not going to be able to see because you have that person blocked. But that person is the admin over that group, you can't even view their group because you have them blocked. It won't come up. That's known. Well, when I left, not only did I left, I blocked the group or I banned the group so I wouldn't have to see the group. You know what I'm saying? She goes for those that makes a post, and someone has made another fake page for the third time of Jasmine Lopez. Someone made a fake page and she went to the statistics. This woman is so mad. She went and researched the statistics of who visited her page and she put in my name and it popped up. And I'm like, excuse me?
I have a question. I don't know about Majorette community because I'm not associated, but I am in the dance and theater community. When there's somebody who acts out like this, usually there's some action that the community itself can take. Is there anything that you guys can do?
Oh, we have already started that. We're not going to release all our hands, but I told Reese I'm not going to stop until this gets until he's vindicated.
Well, he definitely has a case because one, whoever she got this information from, that is technically hearsay because she didn't get it from him. Right. He doesn't know this woman. So he didn't give her that information.
Technically defamation of character.
Yeah, and she's violating HIPAA, and
she is violating HIPAA violation. Yeah, off of he say she say.
Mm-hmm.
If that man did not verbally come out his mouth and tell her, which I know he did not, you are literally in hot ass water. So why would you risk all that? Oh, that's for a no.
Well, here's the thing.
I was about to go
when people have no rep, and because I'm putting myself in a position now if somebody says something crazy about me, but either way it goes, when people have no relevance at all, they'll go to extreme measures to discredit you, to talk about you, to bash you, all kind of things of that nature. The thing is this. The fact this is the real thing. You said shady tea. This is shady tea. You're doing something that more than likely she wants to do. She doesn't like the fact that Jazz, you are a part of the Majorette community. You are a transgender, homosexual person, and you have a lot of clout. You have a lot of following, and you have a voice. Something that she wants. Instead of being a person to say, I like you, I like what you do, I may not agree with your lifestyle, as they say, but can I cuss?
Yes, you sure can.
Who the fuck cares about a goddamn lifestyle? At the end of the day, bitch, this is my life.
Right.
What I do in my goddamn bedroom does not say anything about how I perform on this fucking stage. And this is what bothers me about heterosexual people. You worry about the wrong goddamn thing. At the end of the day, who I fuck and please in my private time don't deter or say anything about how I perform on these motherfucking stages or who follows me, who supports me, anything. If you want that, do the work that I've done.
Correct.
Goddamn, I'm so sick of this shit that a lot of straight people, whether male or female, and even some of the gays get upset because you have what you have. But bitch, if you look at what I've done, you'll understand why I'm where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the shit that pisses me off. And like I said, she's not an ugly woman, but your actions make you look real foul. At the end of the day, you could have went about this shit another way because now you're attacking Reese because of his connection with you.
And let me say this had nothing to do with her, y'all. I didn't post a status in her group at all. This had nothing to do with Miss Carter. I went live on my own page on my own accord. What they was also mad about was, y'all know who Diana Williams is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, dolls. Yes. Me and her have been working towards, me and her have been separated. We have been working towards us getting a better relationship. She came on the live and was commenting and was agreeing, and that's what pissed me off. Who is that?
No, Stephanie was calling me.
We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that, Reese. No, we don't. So that's why it was mad. Now we do have another guest that came on. Some of you guys may know her. Some of y'all may not. This is actually my mother.
Mama.
She is on, and my mother is one person. There's y'all, and I'm gonna just say this, y'all. My mom has gotten in my ass a plethora of times, and she's told me it sometimes it really stings because that's like, Mama, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. But when I sit back and think about it, I'm like, Mama, you absolutely right. I can't be mad. So y'all, I'm gonna let my mom have the floor, and y'all can interact with her. Come on, Mom.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So it is a pleasure to meet all of you. I have interacted with some of you indirectly through Jazz. And one of the things that I really am concerned about and am proud of is one that we're having this dialogue, because I do believe that
Oh, and my mom is a heterosexual woman as well. Let y'all know.
unfortunately, what happens is when we have a disagreement sometimes with each other, it has been my experience that we hit below the belt, that it's like gloves are off, no holds barred, and I want to grind you in the ground with as much hurt that I can inflict upon your person. And that is a problem. That is a problem as how we interact with each other. If we're supposed to love one another, we have younger people looking at us and are going to follow in our ways. And once you open that Pandora's box of ugliness, you can't then tell young people the degree of ugliness to which they inflict on each other and then on us, because it always gets worse. It never gets better. It always gets
Absolutely.
worse. And I have interacted with Miss Carter on the phone with Jazz when there was another situation that was going on. And she seemed to be a very pleasant person, a person that had logic. And I actually enjoyed the conversation. When I saw another side of her was when we were on the panel, and her and the gentleman, it was a Baltimore issue, or issue with some of the teams in Baltimore.
Y'all remember that live
And
when
then she became very ugly and indignant with the man. And I was taken aback by her responses. And so, sometimes people allow their emotions to get the best of them. However, in this particular situation, regardless if you have a private page and someone clicks, you have the option to accept or deny. It didn't have to go to this extent. It didn't have to have that nasty exchange. And then what was gained by posting or even inferring to a person's health condition? I have rheumatoid arthritis. A lot of the people in the Black community have high cholesterol, they have diabetes, they have high blood pressure. All those are health conditions. That is no different than HIV. You still have to take medication in order to function in this world. You still have to go see the physician in order to function in this world. There is no difference between anyone's health status, regardless of what the diagnosis is. And it does not determine how you walk through this world, what you contribute in this world. And so my disappointment with Miss Carter is, what did you want to gain by that post other than being very hurtful? What did you want to gain? The children are looking at you and saying, oh, well, the adults are doing it. So when I want to reference a peer, when I want to reference another child, guess what? I'm going to use those same nasty, hurtful comments. And then the wound gets bigger and the hurt gets bigger. And we don't gain anything from each other as much as we say, I love you. If it's so easy to be so nasty and have such a visceral response, you don't love me. You don't love the community to which you are in. And you are mandated, whether you want to or not, whether however much of a following that you have or not. If you have a platform, you are mandated to be a person that upholds a certain type of decorum. That is the bottom line. You have people looking at you. You have people taking and absorbing from you. And if we don't hold each other accountable, if there's not a line drawn in the sand, there will never be a line drawn in the sand about unacceptable and inappropriate behavior. And so when it happened, I told Jazz to calm down. There are times that Jazz says things and I'll say, close it down, shut it up. because you have to hold a certain type of standard. And it's easy when you're in the thick of it to forget that because it cuts deep. It's easy to forget that. But nonetheless, you have to reflect and you have to course correct. Because if you don't, the path that we are going down as Black people, as African American people, as people in a community that is not respected as it is, whether it is associated with LGBT, whether it's associated with dance, we are not respected because we are not looking to our better angels and offering each other grace and saying, I don't feel you right now. And I can probably talk to that young lady on a different subject. I don't hate that young lady. I am just very disappointed about what she did. And on this subject, her and I cannot agree. I will not agree with someone posting a health status as a way to have a retort. She could have said I saw the comments. I saw the exchange. And the exchange of just saying, I don't want you on my page would have been sufficient. Everything else was a matter of wanting to hurt and be ugly and malicious. And that is the bigger conversation here. To me, it expands beyond her and it expands as men in the community or however you walk through this world. How do we interact with each other when there is a disagreement? How do we conflict resolve when there's a disagreement and still be able to keep an open dialogue with each other and a respect that our young children can look to and appreciate?
I agree. I agree. I don't know what we're supposed to. I don't know if there's even any coming back from this.
Can I say something real quick? I like Mama's response, and it's very educated, and it's logical, and it does make sense. But the truth is, there are people in this world that they don't operate with logic. They don't operate with let's reason together. Let's find a better path to do certain things. A lot of people don't operate like that. They operate in where they are and they don't want to do anything. And then they resort back to, well, you're going, they start using a whole bunch of jargon. Well, God don't love you anyways. And just started saying a bunch of things that just really, it adds more insult to injury. And they just really don't care.
They don't.
And that's the fact. They do not care. And it shows that you really don't care for yourself and you don't care for the people around you.
Yeah.
And I can understand that and I agree. However, that love that you have for each other has to supersede the ugliness that a person displays. We are all going to fall. We are all going to stumble. We have such a tongue and a wit as people of color from being hurt so much in our walks of life that it is easy for us to come back with a retort that is horrible, that is hurtful. And all I say to that is, what outcome do you want from that? This community is large, but this community is so small that you still have to walk with each other. You still have to interact with each other to some degree. And there are still little eyes looking at you. It is bigger. So once you retire out of this community and you see the younger people come up and they are cutting up in a way that is unacceptable, you have to look back and take ownership to say, what did I do to help contribute to the growth or the demise? I can't make another person do something that they don't want to do. I can only make myself accountable and how I react to what that person has done. That's why when it came out and Reese was hurt by it and probably hurt at the betrayal of a so-called friend, to me, when I reached out to Reese, my conversation included, you are valued. You are not the sum of your health condition. None of us are the sum in totality of our health condition. And so that's how we have to walk through this world. Yes, it's easy to be angry. It's easy to be angry, but it's hard to love. It's hard to love you through the hurt and the anger and the open wound. But we still have to do it. Doesn't mean you have to agree. I don't agree with what you did, ma'am. I don't agree that you were ugly and hurtful. I don't agree that what you did was malicious. And I don't agree that you use your platform to do such horrible things. I don't agree with those pieces. But what is going on with you that we need to love you through some things? Because obviously there's something happening that we need to love you through some things.
Let me say this because I'm about to go, Jasmine. I do appreciate you putting me on this live, but as y'all can see, I'm out and about in my truck doing my thing. But let me say this. Earlier, y'all said that she didn't even like gay people, on a level. What she's doing is anybody that's in her circle or anybody that's close to her in her life, she's telling them that if I have a problem with you, I'm gonna get you at all costs.
And
Okay.
she's
She's
and she
also
said
she's also
she has
she's also she's also telling people around her that if you're gay, don't come confide that in me. It could be a child, it could be a nephew, it could be a niece, it could be an uncle, it could be auntie. She's also telling people around you if you have HIV, I don't know if you come tell me about it. If you're a child, that same niece, that same uncle, or anybody, that I'm not going to be able to accept you because this is how you're already putting people and labeling them and putting them in a category. To me, it revolves around her mental health. Girl, what is your mental health like? You know what I'm saying? Are you suffering from something in your mental health that makes you snap back these different ways? But what she's doing is alienating those people that somebody that in her life that really might want to confide in you about something, but you already know this woman might not hold my water for me like I want her to. So she needs to grow up from that and realize that she's not just hurting Reese. She might be subliminally hurting other people around her that actually might want to come to her and talk to her about some things. But you all have a wonderful holiday. Jasmine,
thank
thank you for putting me on. Everybody else, Mama, you have some good words. Everybody else, y'all be good and be easy. And I'll talk to you later, okay?
Have a
you,
good
babe.
one.
So, and because I didn't want to take too much of you guys' time, I just felt like I need a release because my mom definitely knows me. I could have easily came up here and just dog drug her. And y'all know I can. But at the end of the day, it's like I needed to kind of bring you guys on, especially I appreciate you guys coming on because you guys don't know what goes on in the Majorette community. We as LGBT, we are called upon in so many things. We are called upon to help with choreography. We are called upon to help with making sure your dance team looks competition ready. But at the moment's notice that you guys don't like something we do or something we say, it's all type of faggots, you HIV infested. It goes so far. And it's like, when do we say enough is enough? And that is my biggest issue with this whole situation. We are good until we not good. We good to make, and that's like, Demario and y'all know what Pastor Dewey said. I love when he made that public, and I'm standing on what he said. Pastor Dewey said it best right here in Georgia, right here in Atlanta. He said, y'all use the gay people because it's good for business.
That's what it said.
Right.
Y'all will find one gospel song a gay man or woman has not wrote, and let's see how many songs you sing on that Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the Majorette community. If we were to pull all of our gay men and our gay women out the Majorette community, let's see how many competitions y'all win then. Let's see how well your team will grow then. Our LGBT community, they love us until they can't stand us. They love us because we know how to do nails. They love us because we know how to do hair. They love us because we know how to do makeup. They love us because we are our own people. We have a certain creativeness about us that they can't stand. They don't like it. Why don't I have that? Why am I at 50-something years old and she has more than I got? It's jealousy is a strong spirit.
Well, Jazz, the truth is that it's a lot of gay people who will side with her because they'll endure that foolishness because they believe that some way, shape, form, or fashion that, they're not good enough or what. I mean, they got their own insecurities, but they'll do all of what we do, but they still have those insecurities. You have some LGBTQ people that will operate and be major, be successful, but then there's a part of them that still believes that they're not valued, that they're not good enough. That's a part of them. As successful as some of them can be, they still somewhere in them feel like they believe what people say about them. And me personally, I refuse to believe some foolishness from somebody who is insecure, has a problem with value themselves. You gonna tell me about my worth when you don't know your worth? I refuse to believe that. And the crazy part about this is, in all of what we're talking about, somebody's going to take this and they're going to be negative about it. Now, I'm quite sure, Jazz, you tell me if I'm wrong, that we could have came on here and we could have called her every this, that, and the third. Dog walked her.
Baby, she could have got this smoke.
She could have got it, but that wasn't here today. But people, the reality is, people want that negativity. They want that negativity, but you don't give it to them. But they'll take this and misconstrue it to be something else just for the sake of saying something.
And I appreciate that that's not what we allow the power to go to, is to the
Right.
negativity, that we did not feed into that, because this is bigger and this is about people in the LGBT community being utilized for their talent and their skill set, but not valued as a person with feelings, as a person that is interwoven into the community like everyone else. There is not a they and a us. We're all together. When the world attacks us, they don't look and say, "Oh, they're LGBT and they're cis." No, they attack people as a whole, as Black people. And so we have to draw the line in the sand and say, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable for you to have a platform and a standing in the community, and this is how you conduct yourself.
Okay, and I agree. Thank you, Ashley, so much. I appreciate you coming on. I know you got to run.
All right, boo.
I did bring another guest, just to kind of put input, because I want this to be open forum. This is one of my true and dear friends. She don't like me to say it, but this is my baby from I can't get it out. This is my Blondie. If y'all remember the show on Oxygen, I'm gonna just let you introduce yourself, Adrian. Go ahead.
I mean, you was doing a good job, girl. Just take it away. You got it.
Yeah. So, Adrian, of course, you know the situation, and everybody has voiced their concerns about it. I just wanted to kind of, because you are in the Majorette community, you have been a part of it, especially being a part of the Princeton elites from Alabama. You know what we deal with. You guys are firsthand have dealt with the scrutiny from the heterosexual community, them not wanting you to wanting to be a part of, them telling you guys that you guys are not worthy enough to march in a parade, that it's disgusting, it's distasteful, it's nasty, you guys are infectious, you guys are infected.
Yeah.
Y'all have dealt with the worst of the worst being in Alabama, and just trying to express yourself as you guys only know how. I thought it was very important for you, as my really good friend, to come on and kind of enlighten everybody on the panel in a different light of what you actually experienced from heterosexual people.
Oh Lord, it's a lot. It's a lot of, like, I don't know. It takes a lot of tough skin to do it, but like the way, like the things people used to say, like the way they made everything about the Bible. Like, we used to have like things thrown at us. We used to have people to tell us they're gonna set us on fire. I don't know. It was just a lot. Like, in that life, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. People are very, very mean. I just think it was crazy that people didn't like allow us to want to like live in our truth and do something we love to do. Just because they didn't like it, they criticized it, and it was like, it got to a level of like death threats. It was bad. It was like real bad. And I don't know. It's real.
And that's I think it's not as though, because I'm gonna be, and just to give you guys a little background, my mom was not as accepting as, and she will tell you, she was not as accepting to me being not only gay but me being transgender. She was not accepting of it. Not that she was holy, because she wouldn't. But she just did not want to come to the terms of, at that time, her only son coming to her saying that he likes the same sex as her.
Well, and I can actually speak to that because I am Jazz's mom. And I will say, growing up, a lot of people would come to me, but they wouldn't tell me directly. And I would say, oh, my son is theatrical. That's how I addressed it. My son is theatrical. You're not going to tell me my son is gay. My son is theatrical. And we went through a lot of hard times because I felt I was gypped from a son. Like if we want to be very plainly speaking about my feelings, I felt like you're gypping me from a son. I had a son and a daughter, and that's what I birthed into this world, and that's what I wanted. When we moved from North Carolina to Colorado, a couple of things happened. I realized I no longer had a support system. I realized that it was the hard way, me and my 2 kids. And I also had to get over myself to say, if I don't embrace my child will go in this world and be with someone that does not have her best interest in mind. This was at the time that Jazz had not transitioned, that someone would not have my son's best interest in mind, and my child will be thrown to the wolves. So let me tell you how this happened, how Jazz and I came to terms. Jazz was still in high school, and when Glamour Shots was out, a package came to my house, and my children's father said, hey, here's some pictures. And I looked at them. I said, oh, these are pretty pictures. I said, they look expensive. I said, well, they came to the wrong house. Take them upstairs to see if they belong to one of the neighbors. And so he walked out of the room and he turned around and came back and he said, you don't know who that is? I said, no, I don't know who that is. He said, look again. And I looked, and it was my baby. My baby had went and taken Glamour Shots. And so when she came home from school, I said, well, guess what? Guess who showed up?
Remember, Mom. Remember, no. Remember, I had moved. That was the first time I moved to Atlanta, and they were supposed to send it to Atlanta, and they sent it to your address.
And they sent it to my address. But she came home, and I said, guess who showed up? And she was like, who? I said, you'll never guess who showed up to my house to see me today. And at that time, she went by Jasmine Lopez. I said, Jasmine Lopez showed up here. And that's how I got over myself to embrace my daughter and her transsexuality, because I knew no matter what, that's mine. That's my daughter. And that's how I'm going to approach it. And I knew then that I had to say, to hell with what the world thinks. You're not going to hurt mine. And from that moment to this one, yes, it has been a walk. And most of it has been out of fear. I don't want someone to hurt my child. I don't want someone to hurt my baby. But when we started to embrace my daughter blossomed into a beautiful woman, that handles her business in this community. And all I'm saying to say to others in this community is we are stewards of our children. We do not own our children. We are stewards of them. And a steward is to guide our children. Whatever walk they're going to have in this life, they are going to have it with or without us. So as a steward, and I am to guide, that is not for me to down or belittle. Sometimes it's not even for me to understand. It's just that I am there also to guide. And because I became a steward of my child and no longer an owner of my child, that allowed my child to blossom into the woman that she is today. And when she does do things that I feel are inappropriate and not in her best interest, or are not indicative of her classiness as a young lady, then I will help her course correct. That's my job as a steward and being her mom. And so when I see someone attack and hurt another in a very nasty, visceral way with ugly comments and posting statuses. Well, post all our status. Post the rheumatoid arthritis. Post the high blood pressure. Post the high cholesterol. Post the diabetes. All that has an implication of your health and a decision that you have made. All of those pieces. So when I seen the post of the young man who was trying to be outed on his status, that didn't move me one way or the other, because that is not indicative of how that young man walks through this world and his value to Jazz, to the community, or to me.
And that's exactly how I felt. So thank you, Mama, for telling your story, honey.
Yes,
I was
Lord.
like, well, please don't dog get us up here crying, because to be honest with you guys, it is the worst. And Adrian, I saw Adrian getting teary-eyed. I don't know if that was the lashes, but Adrian's mom is a big supporter.
I think it was definitely delicious.
Yeah. But Adrian's mom is also a big supporter of Adrian. And I think the more, in effect, it don't affect, because sometimes in the LGBT community, y'all, you may see a child may be dealing with the same thing. And because of the adults' actions, like my mom said, because of their actions and their words are so hurtful, instead of them being able, it's a trending effect. They can't be themselves because they're afraid of what they're going to be said, how they're going to be treated, or how they're going to be talked about, or how they're going to be talked about. I'm telling y'all, it goes deeper than that. You want to know the real reason why men don't want to date transgender women or gay men openly? Is because they are afraid of what everybody is going to think. Why? Because that's what they've seen growing up. They've seen people dog talk about the gay community. They're scared, and they use that HIV mess to try to scare them and say,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you out, but I just had to stop you right there, because this is the thing that gets me now. It's told to me that, well, I think it's just here in our hometown, that everyone that was a part of Princeton Elite is HIV positive. Yes. Wow. Because of one episode, one person came out that they're positive. All of us are positive.
I remember the episode.
And I'm just like, but now they're saying that. I'm like, well, where did this come from? Like, why is that? But I have learned to accept the fact, no matter what it is, who you are, what you do, if you are within the community and you are within the area, to the hetero people, like outside of us, if they don't know you, 9 times out of 10, they feel like you are positive. I don't know why they feel that.
That is so sad.
I don't know why they think that, but let me tell you something. That's why everywhere I go, I make sure I cross all my T's and dot all my I's by having my own shit. I try not to go nowhere and drink out nobody's stuff, because I know how funny people try to be. And before I lash out, I understand the world that I'm living in, and I understand the world that I'm walking in. And I understand I can't break that stigma, but what I can do, if I'm gonna do what I'm doing, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. Yeah. And the most humblest way that I can, to not disrespect people, because people are so disrespectful, but it's all according to how you go about things. And I don't know what it is about that stigma that everybody, especially, I don't know what it is about black gay men, they just feel like everybody is positive. And I'm just like, I'm not even, believe it or not, I'm not even like I like to eat and fucking laugh. I'm not even a sexually active person like that.
Yeah.
And like I be wanting to tell some women so bad, girl, little do you know I'm more ladylike than you would ever be. Like more ladylike than you would ever be. Than you would ever be. You know, and look, and I feel like, you know, just being more of a lady is not just about like the appearance. It's about how you carry yourself. Yeah. And I be wanting to tell some lady so bad, girl, you look, I wouldn't even no. You'll never catch me without a lash. You'll never catch me without a nail. So how dare you sit up here and tell me, you know, about me? Like,
yeah,
you know,
but you know where that comes from. A lot of times is, you know, like redirecting it to the comments and how she responded, how this particular individual responded when we were having the conversation about the Baltimore teams, and how she became very ignorant and indignant with the gentleman. You know, those are not ladylike, but more than not ladylike, those are not mentor qualities. Right. When we're looking at little people looking at you, parents looking at you. I want, you know, when I see black girl magic can come in cisgender, transgender, you know, I don't care what they want to call it. Black girl magic can come in so many different ways, and black man magic can come in so many different ways that it does not have any space for ugliness. And we have to call the ugliness out when we see it. We have to make it unacceptable when we hear it. And so for that young lady, I would love to have a conversation with Miss Carter to ask what made you feel posting or attempting to post or infer to someone's health status was acceptable and appropriate. It was not, it has never been acceptable nor appropriate.
Right.
I don't want anyone to know my health status unless I tell you. You know, I don't need it, but by grace, go any of us. If you have slept with anyone in this world, but by grace, go your ass. And that's the fact. But by grace, go you. Because anyone could have anything.
Yeah, I don't mean to, okay, so what happened? What's the pinnacle of the conversation?
So basically, I had, just to kind of sum it up, I'm the blogger. I'm the Shady T, I'm the Majorette T, I am the blogger.
But Jazz, just do a recap.
The recap
there
was,
are people that came.
No, I was just saying. So Adrian knows what I did. So basically, there was a post that was reposted in Cheryl Carter's group, and basically, to sum it up, they basically were saying that how dare the judges who are technical judge a team that's not technical, and so forth, and that's not fair. So I said, well, in that respect, why are you guys even going to competition? If you're a recreational team, just say that. You know, if you're not a team that's on an elite status to compete, then you guys will be considered recreational, which means you guys may not need to go to competition because you're not at that level. So you can't be mad at a judge who is technical that's going to judge you accordingly to what you're putting on. You're going to not place over a person that over a team that's technical.
Because that's me. That's me all day. You put me on the panel.
Yeah.
I don't care what you can do. I'm going off a straight technique because that's where I come from.
And so that was the basis of it. So it was posted in Miss Carter's group. Miss Carter looked at my live and she commented, she said, and this is the reason why I wasn't going to approve. So she already knew that it was going to be controversial in the actual body of the email, of the body of the post. She said, this is the reason why I was not going to approve it. She said, because I know it would cause some BS. That's what she said on my live. It's still on my live. Then turned around and said that the people contacted her, when all actuality, the woman that made the post originally said that Miss Carter contacted her. So basically, she's putting out the scenario like everybody's going to her, telling her, reporting her, when in actuality, it was her reporting it to them. And when the woman had said, well, where is this live that you're talking about Jasmine made? Mind y'all, I never said nothing disrespectful about the woman. The only thing I said was the original post was made by someone that I really don't fool with. But I'm going to dissect their post. And when I dissected it, there were some things I clearly verbally said I agreed with. And then there was other things I was like, nah, that doesn't make sense, sugar.
Right.
And then I went so far to say, y'all so busy trying to be politically correct and you're politically wrong.
Okay.
So it went from literally from that post to her making another live in response to mine, and she went in.
Oh my God.
And it had nothing to do with her. And I asked her, I said, well, why are you even upset? I said, why are you so upset? Because you mentioned my Majorette group. Well, ain't it public? Ain't it public? So, but again, let it be someone like Diana Williams, or let it be someone else. She doesn't make the post. And the biggest issue that we have, you guys, here is because it's me, Jives. Anytime I've made a post, she goes right behind it or makes a live. She goes right behind it and make a live and try to basically everything I said, try to discredit. Like, oh, she messy. She don't know what she's talking about. And that's what she's done.
It's messy too.
Yes. But I've cleaned it up to the point where it's not as, like I state my opinion, but not being to where it's combative. I stuck to the topic at hand. She didn't even stick to the topic. She was bringing up how many cars I done bought. She bringing up my business, like stuff that had absolutely nothing to do with why you are. So that's when they said, Damar, they said, looking at this woman's jealous of you, Jay.
You know what? You was in all rights to really have drugged her a long time ago. She really is living on grace. She really is living on grace.
You know how many people that literally, I don't know who contacted her, but I do know people's called me, has inboxed me, has said, Jasmine, I applaud you because I know the person you are. Had this been you last year, I would have drug her ass. I mean, would have read her from the rooter to the tutor. But because I'm at a much better space in my business, I had to keep thinking, Jasmine, your business. Jasmine, your business. Your business.
Sometimes you get tired of thinking about your business. You get tired of thinking about your business. You want to tell the motherfucker what time
you do.
And wait,
I promise you. But it's like I'm addressing someone who is a nothing, no person at all. And why am I going to even give you that power and that authority over something that I've already built up? Okay. And you're painting this picture to make it seem like I'm messy. Listen, baby, everybody love a good mess. That don't stop y'all from watching Real Housewives. That don't stop y'all from going to the shade room and seeing what's the latest gossip. That don't stop y'all from going on Wendy Williams and seeing her reruns. Hell, if you want to be honest, that didn't stop y'all from going to look at that fake ass Jerry Springer.
Okay.
The seat.
Okay. Okay.
So at the end of the day, you can't be mad about something that I posted on my page. I don't care if I referenced your group 1,001 times. It's my page, and I stated my opinion, and that's why you were mad.
Okay.
So, but then that's why, you know, for Reese when he.
Let me get to that part. I'm sorry, Mom. So the reason why Reese got attacked is because she knows that Reese is one of my biggest followers. And Reese is going to go against the grain, and he doesn't care. He's going to stand on his own, and he's going to address you where you stand. And when he did it, it pissed her off, and that is the reason why she posted that man's status on her freaking Facebook. Adrian, she posted his HIV status all on her Facebook wall. Oh, Cheryl Carter. That's over the major.
Can we talk about the friend? Because I really want to know who this friend that gave this lady this man's information.
Now, Reese has reached out to the friend. I said, Reese, I'm sorry, but something don't sound right. Because the friend knew of your status. Not only did she know of your status, the friend actually made fun of his status once before when her and Reese fell out. So we know that the common denominator of the two is that friend.
That don't sound like a friend to me. That sounds like a snake.
Not at all. And I said, Reese, how did they get the information? You didn't even tell Cheryl Carter nothing about you. You haven't even had a verbal conversation. You haven't even met this woman face to face. But the common denominator is the person that's in the middle. That's supposed to be your friend, but that's also conversing with her.
That's the blueprint.
Yes, that's the snake right there. That's the snake.
Oh my God. But even if that is the snake, that's where we give the snake no power. That's when we give Miss Carter no power to say, I don't care what that man's health status is. That man is still a valued member of this community. That man has value in this life. Yeah. That man has value beyond what he is not the sum of his health status, and neither is anyone else. And that's where you take away the power.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And Reese is cute too.
Y'all know they got to
go. Hey, Reese.
I'm saying, and that's why I talked to Reese. Y'all, I was literally in tears. It wasn't because I was crying for him. It was because I was angry. I was so livid that literally, y'all, I had thoughts of doing bodily harm. Not to myself,
awful.
But to the individual. Because it's awful. Like, when do you stop? When did you sit there and think about what you post before you post it? When do you think about this man could have literally had a breakdown to where he could have took his motherfucking life because of what the fuck you posted on Facebook.
Jazz, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, I talked to your mama last night, and I literally, after I got
I know it. The thoughts fucking come because you're like, what the fuck what do I have to lose?
Because yesterday was a bad day. You know, I was depressed already, and then not on top of that, 18 years since my mom been dead since yesterday, so it was all piling up, and then that comes along. But you know, the power's in prayer. When you start to pray for your enemy and everything like that, you know, you never give the enemy the power and feel like okay, we got you where we want you, stuff like that. You never even give the enemy the power.
And that's what I told you. I said you don't even cry no more. I said you pray about it, you know the Lord, and you go ahead and go to sleep. You lay yourself sleep at night. You go ahead and have peaceful sleep. But the thing about it is people like this person is saying they are miserable and they want people miserable with them. She has nothing to stand for. She has nothing to live for. At this point, she has literally showed people, I have nothing to lose.
So I was
Posted what I posted.
I was sitting back thinking, so I remember watching Adrian them on what was it?
The Princeton Elites,
It was I know it was Prince Elise, but I forgot the network they were on.
Oxygen.
Oxygen Network.
So you could see the comments all on social media, on YouTube, everything. And this was a group of people that started something that nobody else had did. They were given a show that nobody else was given.
And it was
Yeah, but it was
though.
yeah, but the thing was about it too, y'all, is it was weird because it was a lot within the community itself, like a lot of backlash. It was like one
But
incident when we first like went on TV, it was like 2014 when they first started airing the Real. We went on the Real.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you the community went in on us, they said we looked like a jumping. They said we looked like dancing celery. We had on lime green on the Real. Instead of them bitches, not everybody, but instead of people congratulating us, they wore us out. Do you hear me? As
I was in.
if we had done did something dirty. I said, now see, that's why I don't like competitions. Are you taking care of, do we have to go to them? Do we have to prove a point? I used to always fight and say, I do not want to go to a JSEC community. I don't give a fuck how good you feel like we is. It's not worth it. Cause they just being mean. Like people just so fucking mean for no reason. Just like that lady put that boy status out there like that. My thing is about that, like, what I just feel like that was just her just trying to be grimy. Like she just was really digging for blood, and it was like that was so unnecessary.
But she said it. She said it in her post, y'all. She said, y'all don't want this to come out because I will do that. I'm telling y'all, this woman is delusional. The stuff that she comes out with, mama, I blocked when I told you that I blocked after I had said my piece, and I said, well, I am happy to let you know that I have left your Majorette group and you have a good day. And that was it. That was the last conversation I had. I blocked both of her pages and I also banned the actual group to where I couldn't even go to it. Do you know someone made a fake Jasmine Lopez profile as of 24 hours ago, and she went to the statistics, which I know was her, because who has that type of time? She went to the statistics on the page and said, look, y'all see, why would you go and block me and still view on my page? Baby, I can't view your page.
She swore to God it was you.
And she swear with me, and I'm like, what?
Lord. Mama got too much time.
You have too much time on your hands.
Too much.
Let me take it a step further. This is another woman that's over there posting at 50-something years old, talking about she's sneaky leaking. What?
50.
At 50, you sneaky leaking?
What? I mean, like, I'm just saying, you guys, but then she turns around and tries to change the narrative and try to say, oh, I'm going to come up with the Majorette Federation, and I want y'all to be a part of it. Baby, I'll kick my own self in the ass.
Exactly.
But that's what we're saying, y'all, is yes, these are different things that she has done. But for me, my whole purpose of coming up here was to let Reese know that your health status means not a damn thing to me. My love. That you are still valued in this community.
You can still give me a hug. You're not
and that's what it is.
You're not accepted.
But Reese is fine. I'm just gonna say it.
He's so stupid.
Yeah, my thing is
already know how you gonna do it.
That don't stop nothing.
But it don't. And
you.
so that's why I just wanted to make it public, and I'm gonna wrap it up because I know you guys we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. I appreciate you guys coming on. I definitely appreciate Giles and some of the King's Court. I appreciate my mama coming. I appreciate Asian because I feel as though we as LGBT, our allies, we have to take a stand somewhere.
Yeah.
I told y'all, and I told Mom, I said, Mama, I want to go live so bad. And she knew where I was going. It wasn't going to be like this. It was going to be, I was going to dog drunk her ass. Like, it's going to be like, baby, you have to kill your own self at this point because I am livid. Because how dare you? But when I sit back and think about it, it's like, who are we talking about here? You are nobody.
She's not relevant.
You are very much irrelevant in that point. We're coming to talk about your actions and how it affects us as a community.
You know what, Jerry?
People know what you did was out of pocket.
I'm gonna say something right quick. because I want to get this off my chest. I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart, for the love and support that y'all show outside of the community and within the community, and the ones that came before the Majorette community even started. Adrian, I applaud you for your hard work, and I look up
Thank
to you.
you.
How that group alone stood out to me.
Yes,
And
they did. Because I fell in love with Adrian. That was my boo.
that,
Yes, I remember when y'all came to St. Petersburg.
I said, Mom, I said, let me get in contact with Adrian. I said, that's gonna be my sister. And
Yes.
guess what? That's my motherfucking
Like
sister.
it's so
I
yes,
can call
it
that
is.
mother. Hey, what you doing, son?
Yes.
I think that's why they met, because it's important. I always said it, and I said it, Josh. It's important who you connected to.
Yes.
right.
It's important. And I'm gonna tell you right now, let me take it a step further for those that's looking. Y'all mad because me and Diana Williams is getting to a good place. And I'm gonna tell you right now, once if the Lord sees fit for us to tag team on some stuff, oh y'all gonna hate life. Y'all gonna hate
But
life.
Jay, that goes back to what we said earlier, and that is when you work hard and you move mountains and you pave the way, doors open for you because of your talent and your ability.
Amen.
Did something and continue to do something, those doors were open.
Yeah.
People are upset about that. Now, me personally, I'm from the South too. I'm from originally from Tennessee, West Memphis, Arkansas, really. But that Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Carolina, all this Southern Belt stuff, like people really like, it's like anytime you see gay people, Adrian said it best, you think of AIDS and HIV.
Or you want the man next? Or you want the man that's near you?
Mm-hmm.
Or you got HIV? So
We don't
don't
want
sit
to
on
have.
the
We
toilet.
don't want not even a quarter of the food.
Like to be true, and I can agree with, I can stand with Adrian and say it's like, y'all be I hear talking about, oh y'all hoes, baby. I wish I was getting some. Okay,
No.
wish I was, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't even put myself out there like that. But if you go look at some of these videos that we do, you see some of these very black people, church folks, in
Yeah.
the comments saying some of the most dumbest bullshit. Like, he just got a problem. Oh, somebody touched him, or somebody touched him.
Like they just know. They know. Like
Like
they know your life.
proof,
Or they dipping and dabbing in it, they dang self, and to cover it up, they trying to sit and talk about the next the
Yes.
nasty things. That's
Well,
why.
it's
Yeah.
just important that y'all don't become or continue to be ghostwriters, writers. What I feel
Yeah.
is a lot of times the LGBT community are the ghostwriters for the majorette. You do the
Mhm.
makeup, you do the choreography, you do
Mhm.
all these things, but you stay in the background and you're invisible. I
Mhm.
feel like the Prancing Elites paved the way. And so you have to change that narrative. You
Now
have to
that's what
be
my mom.
more
That's what my
visible.
mama feel, y'all. That's her own personal opinion, because I don't want nobody trying to rise up against her. That's her own opinion. You know,
Yeah.
And
I think.
I do feel that. I
President,
do feel that
she
y'all
I,
should stay
recently put,
invisible, and that
yeah,
when you come out, that a lot of people go against you because they want you to remain invisible. They want the talent,
yeah.
they just don't want to see you in the forefront. So you
Yeah.
have to set the narrative. You have
yeah,
to change the narrative. You have to become more visible. That is where I feel the conversation starts to change.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we gotta start caring about what other people are saying about us too.
We
And
do,
that, and
but
that, and we
it still doesn't negate the fact, Reese, that is hurtful.
yeah, it's very
And
Yeah.
hurtful.
Mentally.
just like Darius said, there are ways that you can talk to someone. First of all, we don't know why you're so angry. We don't know why you're so mad. We don't know why you are just the person you are. We
You
don't
gotta,
know.
Adrian, I got a question. Adrian.
Me. Okay.
Not Adrian. I'm sorry, not Adrian.
Oh, okay.
Reese,
yeah.
daughter got Jamar. It's my brother. Uh, Reese, has this woman ever come on to you?
No, never.
You don't think?
He's never met her. Reese is
Oh,
in
okay.
North Carolina.
'Cause
She's in Atlanta.
I'm gonna tell you something. Now the truth. Now
I know where you about to go. I know where
I
you
know
about
where
to
he
go.
going to.
baby, I'm gonna tell you something. These folks don't care. Baby, you
No, they
look
don't.
fine like me. People do not believe that I'm gay. They think I'm lying. And half the folks You know, they're like, oh, he gay, he been split it out, whatever. But I'm telling you, it's a lot of women that look at you and you be like, oh, nigga, that nigga right there is fine as fuck. I will fuck him and over. Let me tell you something. I'm 37 years old, baby. Let me tell you something. You know, I ain't trying to be funny like that, but I'm like that experimenting, okay? I'm not.
Yes, Adrian.
Decided so long ago.
I'm not into experimenting, but I seen some trans men that I'll be like, bitch, I'll be confused that day. But let me tell you something. On another note, if I choose to fuck a woman, I can do that because I'm a grown ass man. Okay? And I hate that people get stuck in a damn box because you feel like because a person is gay, this is it. Or you're bi, you're confused, or you're straight, and then you're supposed to hate everybody else. I just don't I can't get down with that. I don't feel like that. That's just me.
Yeah.
You know, so and like I said, you guys, this is great form. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Like, I really going into this, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was not expecting for it to be like this because y'all know what I had said on the phone. I said I'm giving y'all free will to have at it because again, it has affected us so much, and people are scared to talk about it because they don't want whatever the case, whatever. I am so glad that it actually ended up like this because I don't want to paint the picture that I am problematic. I'm not. I'm just my feelings is really tender when it comes to my community. I love my LGBT community. I do. I love being a part of my LGBT community. I will rock a flag biggest day. I will make sure
I will every day now.
Yeah,
every day.
That is my pride. That is my pride and my joy. Ever since I've been in Atlanta, y'all, do y'all understand? I was in Denver, Colorado for 4 years, and I went out with my best friend, and I was like, friend, this is not life. For the last 4 years, I was like, this is not life because it was so boring. The only, I support all LGBT, but I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And the moment I moved to Atlanta, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I get so much attention when I go out to our LGBT, the men, the thing about the men here so fine, they're not afraid to say, you know what?
I can't handle it.
Baby, let me tell you.
Look, Jazz, I'm on the way, girl, and I got some new hair too. What's up?
I can take you to a place, right? Honey, call me the Staples Singers. I'll take you there.
Take me there, Jazz.
Because look, bitch, I'm coming to Atlanta every weekend because, and it's just the whole vibe. It's like they got a club called Mix.
Mix.
Called Mix.
I love that spot.
Baby, when you walk in there, you feel like your ass got $1 million, even if you don't got it. You feel like you got money because it's so classy, and the men not afraid to come up to you and say, "Oh, you look real nice looking. Oh, what's your name?" They not afraid to see something that they, So that's what I really think, y'all. I really think that is the reason why a lot of these women is upset, and I said it before, because they mad because all of the fine men, just like Mario said, all the fine men like the same thing they like, and instead of them having to just deal with it, they rather talk shit about it. Mm-hmm. Especially when you ain't got no man in your life. Lord, let you not have no man in your life, baby.
Well, you got a piece of a man.
That rose done died, baby. You gotta order another rose, boo-boo. Your rose is dead. You don't work that monkey to death. You know what I'm saying? You don't work it. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. You stay here. You stay in. Let me tell y'all something. Atlanta is the gay capital, the black gay capital of the United States.
I ran.
A lot of these
it was too fast for me. It was too fast.
You got
everybody had moved. I went there.
You gotta move to that. No, baby, you got, because I just had my dancing doll. My dancing doll coach just moved here. She stayed right up 15 minutes up the street. You got to go to the suburbs.
Okay.
You still feel like, okay, it's still like, giving you like, cool vibes. But you can jump on that highway on 285 and take you going south 85 south, and 30 minutes down the road, honey, you down there in the heart of Atlanta. You
They
know what
so
I'm saying?
they so aggressive. Like
Baby, listen,
All right.
I like an
they
aggressive.
so aggressive. It's like calm down. Like I'm not this. I'm just goofy. Like
No,
calm
no,
down.
but you
Like
know what? The thing about it is they love what they love, Reese, and
they
that's what I
do.
love about it. They not afraid to talk to you.
And
They
then
not
I'm so slow. I be like, look, cause like now I like be getting like attention from me and stuff. They think I be about here women. So
I wanna
girl,
go to the comments a little bit, you guys, because I want to make sure I address some of the comments.
okay.
Before we wrap this thing up,
I
my
can't
mom,
see them.
yeah, y'all probably not gonna see them. Someone said, someone said, I'm sorry this happened to Reese. I'm glad that actions are being taken to support him. And this conversation that needs to be had. This is a conversation that needs to be had. People need to be respected as people. Thank you so much, Miss Lola. We admire the way white people mistreat black people. So every chance we get, we display those same tactics on each other. Wow.
That's yeah.
Wow. Let me see. Black people listen to what she is saying. Black people listen to what she is saying. Sister Jazz is relaying the same messaging white people do to black people on an entire scale. We need to stop echoing white supremacy and stop weaponizing religion. Our Sister Jazz is saying heartfelt truths. Thank you, baby. Miracle said, being the mom of a non-binary child, I've noticed that there are just as many women on the down low as men. And a lot of these people are actually, in fact, in their 50s and older, and they get upset and jealous because the younger generations are being able to openly live their truth. Do y'all agree with that?
I do.
Yeah.
What is y'all say? What do y'all have any takes about that? Because that's a strong comment.
That's what a lot of it is. I mean, today when you see the kids, I'm even now. I mean, I'm in my 40s, and now, I mean, when I was in my 20s and up there in Tallahassee going to school in college, we didn't see the kids walking around with nails and wearing hair and
I don't
expressing
even want to
themselves.
get up
Like,
here.
and if you did, the one or two that you saw, baby, they were ridiculed.
Yeah.
And so now today, when I go in town and I go up on campus, baby, the children everywhere, baby. They
Lip
from
gloss,
head to
lashes.
toe, baby.
First day of
They
school,
are
lip gloss,
laid.
lashes, lipstick. I'm like,
And I was like, shit,
where was
times have
this?
changed.
Where was this? Where was this?
Yeah.
They wear everything. I'm like,
The majority of us, we're in our 30s. But the generation after us, they're very liberated and they don't care. It's like, baby, me. They're not thinking about the Bible. They're not thinking about, because a lot of people, they have read past that and they can see the bullshit, right? And I'm like, I always told people, even when I came out, not that I really needed to, I told people like, hey, this is me. It's like, why did God create me and then hate me at the same time?
And that honestly, Giles, has been the most thing. Like I said the same thing. And I had a conversation with you. I said, for some reason, I said, I don't know. I said, I'm kind of like in between, because I know he's real. I believe it in my heart that he's real.
Oh,
I believe that man is real. In my
Hello.
heart. So if I believe that you're real, why would you create something in your image that isn't a part of you?
Come on now.
with that, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Because don't the Bible speak about us? It says we are made in the like image of him himself. That's what the word says. And if you're going back and saying that he knew me, come on, somebody put me in B flat.
He knew me before I knew myself.
He knew me before I knew he knew me before I knew myself. He knew me before I was formed in my mama's womb. That means he knew my whole life story. So you telling me a God like that knows my whole life story and he hates something that y'all hate? No, y'all hate it. Y'all.
That's the thing, Jazz. It's like you look at people. We are human beings trying to classify and tell somebody where a God who created us, that we ain't, we don't know what his decisions are, whatever's gonna happen. You're trying to tell people like us where we're gonna go when your punk ass don't know where the fuck you going. And at the end of the day, I love the Lord with my whole heart. I really
do.
And when it's all done, I got to answer to him, just like the next man got to answer to him. Next woman got to answer to him. We don't have to give an account to nobody else but ourselves. My job while I'm here on this earth, forever how long that God allows me to be here, and that is to make a difference in somebody else's life
You
by
better talk
means
about it.
necessary. And when God has put gifts and a talent and talents on the inside of you, it's the pastor coming out. I'm sorry. I ain't that no more, but it's just there, right?
No, but I
So
feel
it,
it.
it's my job with the gifting, the talent, the oil that's on my life to be able to touch somebody else's life and to
Amen.
make a difference while I'm here. And for somebody that feels some type of way, it's not up to me to sit up out here and be like, oh my God, because I used to do that. I used to go back and forth with people. But the truth of the matter is, like Darius said, you're a non-factor. You hate what God has done for me. And see that's
Oh, yes,
the thing.
Lord.
The Bible, like when you said the Bible says that many are called, few are chosen. Baby,
Amen.
don't get mad that God chose me and you ain't. You a part of the many. I'm a part of the few. Hello. I'm
What you
touching
said.
lives, making waves.
Let me pocket out there
Ain't
because I feel like we're going there. Stephanie has came on. I'm going to let her because she did say that she wanted to come on and speak her side. I didn't say her name. I didn't, because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But she wants to clear her side up publicly. Stephanie, go ahead. Hello. Can you
Can you
hear us,
hear me?
Stephanie? We can hear you.
So listen, I'm gonna be very respectful. All I ask is that you let me speak. Y'all did say my name and I wasn't even on the live, but let's just keep this
No,
all the
we didn't say your name. We didn't say your
way.
name. No one said your name.
Maury said my name. So listen, and then you went on to say whatever you said, but Jazz, let me say one thing. First of all, I did not tell anybody about his whatever status because I don't know. I don't know. But what I can tell you is this. What she said was wrong. It should have been posted. Nobody would have knew who Cheryl was talking about if y'all didn't just do this. But y'all did this, Jazz, and y'all need to, everybody
He
have
posted
to
his name.
listen. Everybody have to take fault, and how
No,
this situation has been
Stephanie,
25. No,
no.
Cheryl, I asked you to let me speak my piece, Jasmine. Listen, let me speak because yes, I'm agreeing that it shouldn't have went that far. Maurice got on the phone last night and told me he sent a friend request to see what she was saying about you. He knew that him and Cheryl had prior issues. You allowed that situation to happen because I just talked to you and Cheryl on the phone the other day, and both of y'all said really nasty things to each other. Everybody in this whole situation is to blame. Y'all
I
have to
didn't say
stop
nothing
doing this
nasty
stuff.
about her.
Everybody got to stop doing this. You can't
No,
speak
no, no, no,
about
no, no, no.
God
Hear
if
it out,
everybody's
Stephanie.
not
I
living
never
a
said
godly
nothing
life.
nasty about her.
Oh, no, no, no. And now y'all throwing everybody in the bus. When he called me last
No,
night, I
Stephanie,
told him the
come on
same thing
now.
I've told all of y'all. I don't got nothing to do with this. Don't put my name in this. You called me.
But
I didn't call
Stephanie,
you.
you create. Okay, so we're really gonna go there.
You
Let's go
called
there.
me. You called
Stephanie,
me,
I
Jazz. So
called
now you're
you
going to get on the
because
live and talk about me.
you were
And I told
commenting.
all of y'all I didn't want nothing to do with this because it's stupid. And look how far it's at.
Okay, so I just had to mute her. That's the power that you have over the platform. I mute her. Let it be known.
What did you say that was bad, supposedly?
I didn't say nothing bad about that woman. Okay, I said nothing bad about that woman. What happened was Stephanie, what she's not telling everybody, since she want to come on live.
Okay.
She was on the live commenting on Cheryl's live about me. What's going on? What happened? So if you're commenting and I didn't speak out to you and I say, I never wish death on her. I never wish death on her. I never wish death on her. She's bringing up something that happened years ago when we first fell out. And I said, I hope you live to see another 24. That's not wishing death on anybody. Is that wishing death on somebody? That's telling you the way you're going. You better hope that you can see another 24 because God don't like ugly. That's what she left out about that. Because so at the end, me and her was never friends. Let's clear that up. Me and Cheryl Carter was never friends. We were associates. We associated with each other, but I never considered that woman as my friend. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. What I'm simply saying is that, yes, I did inbox Stephanie and I said, no, I called Stephanie. I said, Stephanie, I'm going to tell you what's going on. So after I was talking to Stephanie about what is going on, I then proceeded to leave the group and I also blocked Cheryl. Next thing I know, Stephanie goes and creates a group with me, Cheryl, and her in it. So you're telling me that you had nothing to do with it, but you went so far to create a group to have a conversation? Make that make sense. So
Okay, devil's advocate. Maybe she wanted to bring peace.
okay, but what she just said was she had nothing to do with it, right? That's what she said. And that I came to her. So you can't play devil's advocate and you creating group chats. So going forward.
I mean, she kind of came on very adversarial. The tone of her voice and everything. It sounded very like I'm coming in to wreck shop.
Is the person that this is about who did the?
So she's saying that she did not say anything to Cheryl about his status. However, years ago when you and Reese fell out, you did make fun of his status. So even if you did not say even if you did not say nothing about his status this time, you still had a history of saying something about his status prior to. So one don't affect the other at this point because you still did it. Whether you did it in this situation or the prior two, you still did it. And you still had knowledge of this boy's status. You did have knowledge of this boy's status. You did have a private conversation with Cheryl. And next thing you know, we saw Cheryl posting this man's name because she said Reese Cup, which is what we call him. She said Reese Cup. Also, now y'all just picking at foolishness at this point. The fact does not negate the fact that you came on very abrasive because you wanted to defend something that didn't even need to be defended because we had already discussed it. Whether you said it now or whether you said it years ago, the fact of the matter is you still opened your mouth and you said something about this man's status that had nothing to do with you. And that is the situation that we're looking at. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Is she still on here?
I just muted her.
Oh, okay. Because I see her commenting.
So she's commenting because she's trying, and I'm just like, you telling me let you speak, but no. Reese and her never had an issue. The issue is every time I go live, she goes live behind me talking about Cheryl Carter. And she goes against the grain of everything I've said. She tries to be very combative with it. So Stephanie comes in and she's like, what happened? What's going on? So I then go and reach out to Stephanie because I know her personally. And I stated, Stephanie, this is what's going on. So you're right. I did reach out to you. But that does not negate the fact that you went on and went a step further after I blocked this woman. Because y'all know when y'all block someone, if someone creates a group chat, it's going to say someone created a group chat, but a person in this group chat is blocked. Do you want to leave the chat or join the chat? I decided to join the chat. When I joined the chat, I came on the video. Cheryl was already going in 10,000. So I had simply said, well, Cheryl, let me ask you, why did you do it? What did it have anything to do with you? Why did you do what you did? What did she say? Oh, because you mentioned my Majorette group. So, because someone mentions your Majorette group, you got to sit there and go and talk dog shit about people? I mean, come on now. Literally, common sense speaking, what kind of sense does that make? I said someone reposted a status in the Majorette dance group, and you go so far to say, well, the reason why I'm going live, the reason why I'm mad is because you mentioned my Majorette group. But it's public.
She says, sure did, because you wanted to say all those things about the person that's my friend. So I let you tell her because I'm not your messenger.
Your friend.
That's what she said. That's
friend.
Said that's her friend.
Well, she don't like you either. Quiet as it's kept.
Yeah, she said it. She
don't like Stephanie. She used Stephanie as her dog mat. She don't like you. So y'all, that's your friend, girl. But you sit there. So did you tell your friends that it was wrong for what she said? It is no justification for what she did. I don't care if that's your friend or not. There is no way, shape, or form there is an excuse for what she did. What you just said was, I said it was wrong. I said it was wrong. But did you tell her it was wrong? Did you go on her live and say, Cheryl, you dead ass wrong? No, you didn't. Did you go on her live and be just as abrasive as you were with me to her? No, you fucking didn't.
Case closed.
So at the end of the day, it wasn't that important to you. It wasn't that important to you. And that's why I don't tell motherfuckers my business now. Because the one piece of information you tell them, they're going to take it and they're going to run with it. None of them motherfuckers know my business. None of them.
You're going to be the next one, Jazz. They're going to say you got HIV.
Baby, and unlike a lot of efforts up on, baby, I can show you my status.
I got my papers.
Because I got my paperwork.
That's right, baby.
So I stayed,
and guess what? And the thing is, even if, and guess what? Even if any one of us had HIV, we will be in care. We will be doing what we need to do to take care of ourselves. And HIV is not a death sentence, just like diabetes or anything else. It is a manageable condition.
That you sit there and talk about this situation that has nothing to do with you. That life had nothing to do with Cheryl Carter. That life had absolutely nothing to do with that woman. That person that made it live even went so far to say when she went live, she said, I didn't even know what was going on. Cheryl Carter called me and told me that Jasmine was live. But according to Miss Cheryl Carter, everybody was inboxing her and waking her out her bed sleep to talk about my life. You a fucking lie.
Well, Jazz, honestly, like a lot of people take lives that are made and they make it about them.
They do.
I wonder where that happened.
Because they want to be relevant.
Like, no, the truth is, it's like, like I think Cheryl, because she knew you, and I mean, I'm just outside looking in, because Cheryl knew you, she thought you was talking about her, so it's like
no. It wasn't. That's not what she thought. That's not her MO. Cheryl does it because she wants to get validation and get credibility in this major community. Just like everybody's been saying, she wants what I have and she can't have it.
So Mama want clicks and views.
She does. She does.
She
does.
So
and let's go far to go. Hold on, Reese. Let's go so far to say this. I can post a flyer, which y'all seen. I post a flyer right now, and I know teams are going to register. This woman had a tag team with another team to get a competition, and then had to turn around and cancel because no one registered for her show. But you want someone to join your federation?
Is it really this bad in the main?
It is bad. Look at Adrian.
Why I ever want to do it? But I was like, no, thank you. I am fine. I already get. Look, yeah, I get when a lot of people like me is in one building, I get anxiety. I can't deal. It's bad. And yes, to answer your question, it's really like that. That's why I said, fuck it, I'm done.
I thought vlogging was bad.
It's bad because everybody is trying to fight to be relevant.
But like, I ain't gonna lie, it takes somebody like Jasmine, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on here with her. It took somebody like her to like bring me back in, because I feel like, to me, she's very optimistic about it, very positive, and it's like, it's the way she does her work. It's very professional. So that's how I kind of got steered back into like even like looking at it or anything.
And someone said it. They said the reason why they have a problem is because I am the spokesperson for the Majorette community.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even judge another competition.
It is what it is.
But when Jasmine offered me, I said yes, because I love the way you go about things. It's done like in a very.
It's tactful. It's very.
It's very logistic.
So are we gonna let Stephanie say something?
I mean, I can unmute her and see. I don't know what else she has to say.
I don't know if it's gonna be productive, but hey.
I mean, Stephanie, do you have anything else that you want to add? Because you're unmuted. Hello? Stephanie? Hello? Okay. Guess you don't have nothing to say.
You can't kick somebody off, right?
No, she's still on the live.
No, but is she still in the StreamYard though?
Right there on the side at the top. You can just
she's still. It says remove from stream, or mute, or solo layout. So she's still on it. Stephanie, are you there? Okay, she's not there. So, like I said, at the end of the day, you guys, it's wrong. I don't care how you and you used Reese to try to get to me because I had you blocked. That's what it comes down to. She knows Reese is one of my biggest followers. I have a lot of followers, a lot of people that follow me, and they're, as y'all can see, look at the comments. But this woman has decided to take something so personal and make it so public to try to tear this man down for what exactly? Over him sending you a friend request? That is absolutely asinine.
No, that's not what it's really about. We know that. She just used that.
That's not about that, but according to her, that's why she made the post.
I don't even know this woman, and she sounds so full of it. But yeah.
But I'm gonna say this because I don't know if Stephanie's still on, but literally to be honest, I don't have friends, and I don't deal with certain people. I can count 5 people on my hand that I deal with on a daily basis. So by a person, if you told this person this about me, it can be true or not true. But at the same damn time, it wasn't nobody's information to it wasn't nobody's business to be told something about me, because you know what, I realize people go for the status thing because they try to get below the belt. But at the same time, I'm still a man, and I taught your kids, I trained your kids when you needed the help. So if
So you train whose kids?
I helped train 70 kids from the get
Okay, Stephanie kids. Okay, I thought you were talking about Cheryl Carter. Okay.
No, but I'm saying, but and Stephanie, when we had bad blood at the time,
Reese, I don't want you to go there because that now is going into personal things. So I don't want you to go there with it. All I'm simply saying is that's a discussion that you and Stephanie need to have amongst yourselves.
Yeah, and I don't mind talking to her. I don't mind talking to her because at the end of the day, we done marched beside each other over 20 years, and we never had a problem, prior to the marching band. But other than that, I'm not finna sit here on this live and let everybody endure, or whoever I deal with on a daily basis, see that, oh well, damn, we didn't know this about Reese, such. At the end of the day, I don't give two flying fucks. Who cares about me? As long as I got the true people that's in my corner, the people that really loves me and know how I am, and they know that I'm a caring person. But at the end of the day, I be damned I allow anybody to steal my joy. Anybody. And I'll be damned if the person come along and feel like they got the right to say any damn thing. And
like I said, I don't understand how she could have got that. I don't understand how she could have got that status, that information of your status any other way. I'm just gonna say,
there's no possible way.
Who else besides your family? And I'm sure they don't know Cheryl, and I don't even know if your family knows about yourself. Who else would have known?
No, my family knows everything about me. Like my cousin, I'm on the phone with her on my other phone, and she was like, "Cuz, are you fucking kidding me?" I told her this last night. So she was like, they was literally like ready to get up and come to Atlanta and beat this bitch ass just for the cause of her putting that post up. It was that last night.
That's not, but that's how families are. They're like, no, you definitely deserve to be stopped because this right here is this what you don't do. This is what you don't do. Let's go to the comments because I want to finish up, you guys, because I know it's
these Facebook gangsters.
I'm telling you. But why do people who bash the LGBTQ community get a pass? They should be canceled, just like any non-Black person who uses the N-word. Until it's taken seriously, the disrespect will continue. Somebody said, I agree, sis, because I wish somebody would disrespect one of my coaches, which I'm sure her coaches are, she's saying her coaches gave smoke and darts. Tanya said, it's my bonus child, but having a personal connection has opened my eyes to see so much. It's sad. My heart goes out to everyone affected. Miracle said, it's crazy. Like, we as Black people should know how it feels to be discriminated against, and you're going to go and do the same thing. And then it goes so far. I'm just trying to read. My aunt needs to hear that she called my little cousin, her son, a faggot when they got into an argument about absolutely nothing. Somebody said, can she adopt me? I'm pretty sure they saw my mom. Sister Jazz, your mom has an amazing spirit. I wish all LGBTQ children had this acceptance. Thank you guys. My mom thanks you. Facts, Sister Adrian. They think all LGBT community people are having sex 24 hours plus, and they say that it's all
I wish
people think about it.
Listen, I don't know who Stephanie is, but baby, Stephanie is mad.
Yeah, she be all right. Most LGBTQ people are more wholesome than people want to believe. What if it doesn't make you money? Don't give it no energy. I call all haters marketing personnel. Let them do their job. Thank you so much, Miss Tanya Parker. Adrian, you have a beautiful smile. Selita said, we still laughing at you. Are a friend of mine, the biggest read ever, but you have grown and are strictly in your bag, and that's why your enemies are mad. You're blessed and glowing. This is very disheartening to hear. Thank you, Selita. They're not going to stop. They are miserable and unhappy with themselves and want other people that way. Tanya said, when I watched Prince and Elise, I was mad because I couldn't get my leg up that high and body wasn't snatched like that.
That's funny. I'm because I can't do it no more.
Oh Lord, Miss Stein said she going live.
Reese, you never trained my kids. You did help me and Kevin start a team, but never trained them.
So now she finna get. Now she wants some clicks and views.
Yeah. So again, you guys,
I can't with the people. I can't.
Again, this has gone too far. And the purpose of this live was to just pretty much do what I do, and that's bring awareness to what's going on in our community, whether that be LGBT or whether that be Majorette. Let me help y'all once again. Had it not been for the lesbians, excuse me, let me retract that. Had it not been for the homosexual gay men and the lesbian women that are actually active in our community, that are actually out here teaching counts, because what y'all fail to realize is a lot of these people that are coaches have never been on dance lines before. A lot of these people that are coaches have never been trained. There are a good group of numbers that are, but there are also equally as group of those that don't. She stated that in her post. When she originally made her post, she said, a lot of us don't have dance background, but we know business. That's fine. You know, I've never danced on a dance line, but baby, what I know is I can doggone look at an 8 count and I can catch it.
Come on, you got to.
I do know that I can train my girls in the form of a HBCU dance line, because that's all I look at. Sometimes you have to have a passion and love for something that you do.
You do.
Mario, I love the crowns that you make, but I can't sit down and take that time to make no crowns. That's not.
But you see, I just had to stop because I was like, look,
that's not my niche. But because you have a passion for it, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what it is.
That's true.
That's just what it is. So again, I'm not, like I said, when the lady made her post, I didn't necessarily agree with everything she said, which I'm entitled to have that opinion. I didn't necessarily agree with everything, but there were some things that she did pinpoint in her post that I did agree with. So the post was not in a messy, negative way. And that's what they're painting this picture to be, that this came from me being messy, and I wasn't. You know,
well, here's the thing, and I'll say this because Stephanie, I don't know her, but I'm quite sure that, some kind of way all of us is gonna come up in this whatever they talk about. Stephanie said that, she didn't know what was going on or whatever the case may be, and all that stuff like that. The thing is, it's like when people start saying that they didn't do this and show me this and everything, people get offended by that. Why not? Why can't just not say nothing at all? Just leave it alone. Like nobody's out here trying to hurt, do anything. People out here trying to work, do their own stuff. That's not really what I wanted to say, but I'm just gonna go there anyways. Stephanie is upset because she said she was brought up in a situation. And the thing is, when you say something, whether it's now or whether it was 2 days ago, 4 months ago, a year ago, you said it. Own that. That's what I always tell people. Own it. Like I said, I shouldn't say it. Boom. Okay. Boom. A lot of people are having sidebar conversations about people because they really feel some type of way about somebody.
Yes.
If you feel some type of way about somebody, stay out their face.
Yes.
Because that's fake.
Or block them. You don't like them, block them. So you don't have to see it.
But these people, they like confusion.
They do. They like the drama. They like the drama. And that's why I said I refuse to let Cheryl or Stephanie or anybody take me out of that element. That's why I had to mute her, because she was already coming on very abrasive. Like, oh, I'm going to tell you. Let me speak. You're not speaking facts. So I'm going to mute you because that's not factual. I did not disrespect Cheryl not one time. I literally was asking her questions. Cheryl, where's the seat? Y'all, let me. Period. And Jives. This woman, Cheryl Carter, said that people. No, she didn't say people. Let me say how she said it. She said she has received cease and desist letters to her inbox about me.
Really?
She said that people have sent her cease and desist. Mind y'all, my page is open. It's not private. And even if it was, if you really truly got a cease and desist letter about me, first of all, why would they send it to you? Why is an attorney? And then second of all, why is an attorney sending it to a third party? When all they got to do is skip trace and find my information and send it directly to my address. Why are they going to a third party? So then she started getting mad because I said, well, Cheryl, I said, you said they sent you a cease and desist letter. Let me see it. You called me about everything else. Why didn't you send me a picture of something that you received? She got mad and couldn't answer it. Then she hung up the phone. So you go and make these outlandish stories to make yourself sound so relevant and true, and people looking at you like, nah, boo. We know we not slow. We know that's like I'm gonna send you a warrant for somebody else's arrest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that goes true for so many things. Like when people feel some type of way about you, they'll make up a whole lot of stuff just to like make
Just
it
to make
convincing.
themselves relevant, yeah.
To make
That's
it
what she's
convincing,
saying.
because it's like, you know, if people like want to disassociate themselves with you, it's like they'll make a big stink about something. And I think she just wanted
She
to.
didn't want to be disassociated with me, Giles. The way I left was so gracefully. Oh, baby, was so gracefully. She was going in on her live about me. I said, you know what? I said, you got it. I said, I have left your group. I said, I'm no longer part of your Majorette dance group. I said, and you have a good day. And I clicked off her live, and then I went and blocked both of her pages. That's what pissed her off. Because I didn't give you the satisfaction to even have a conversation with me.
That's the only way to kill it now. You have to tell the person.
And like I said, the only reason why I went live about it today and asked y'all to come on was because, number one, y'all are part of the LGBT community, but two, you made a statement on your page about someone's status about nothing. You went so far to post someone's status about absolutely nothing. That man got you so mad that you went and found out some information about him from whoever, and you decided to post it.
Well, thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me just say what came to my spur. Okay. Now, Stephanie came on. She said she didn't say anything. She said she never said this, that, or the third. Okay, I'll give that to Stephanie. Here's the thing. She said that Cheryl Carter was wrong for what she did. She admitted all those things. At the end of the day, it's like there's a reason for this information getting where it's gotten. And it's like we don't need to like make it worse. If Cheryl is talking about this boy and is putting personal information out there, it's wrong. End of story. Let's deaden it right there. I ain't gotta go.
And it's a lawsuit. It's a lawsuit, defamation of character, and it's a lawsuit, a violation of HIPAA laws.
I wonder if she's gonna take them statuses down.
Well, they've already been sent and stored. So even if she was to take it down, it's already been gotten. Sorry, Charlie. Now you're gonna have to face the legal repercussions of your actions.
You know,
because you can't do that and expect for people to just say, "Oh, we're gonna sweep that under the rug." You went so far to post someone's status, their personal HIPAA information on social media. How dumb can you really be? How dumb can you be? If someone was to do that to you, and let's just say your pussy was burning. Let's just say your pussy had herpes all over it. You wouldn't want nobody to sit there and say that about you if that was the case. So why would you feel the need to post someone else's business? You are wrong. You are so wrong.
That's just like talking about somebody's child that has a malfunction. Like they're just stooping so low.
And like I said, she's done this, you guys. This is what she does. When she doesn't feel like she has a dog in the fight or she's not winning the fight, she goes below the belt and hits below the belt, and she tries to pull up any and everything she can to try to vindicate her, and it's not working. Yeah. And that is a sad person. I don't have to hit you with lies. I'm gonna hit you with facts.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I have said what I had to say. I would like to thank all you guys for tuning in to the Majorette Tea. I think we are about wrapped it up. Thank you again to all my guests. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much. And this has been another episode of the Majorette Tea in the community. Have a good day.
All right.
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm about to go there.